How y'all doing? Guess what time it is? Time for your May 2025 main monthly reading. That doesn't even sound right, does it? Doesn't even sound right. I was telling Aries and Taurus that yesterday. Just doesn't even sound right, man. This shit's flying by so fast. Anyway, the show must go on. Okay. Well, I don't really have too much special to babble about. If you're in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that in the description of the video. Also, we have about a week and a half or so before my course, The Steps to True Healing, goes bye-bye. So this is technically being recorded in April, so that's the course for the month of April. Anybody catching the playback of this, May 1st, that course goes bye-bye. Bringing back another really cool course in the month of May that I think some of you will really like. But yeah, the link is in the description. Again, May 1st, that course goes bye-bye. All right, let's jump into this. I want to start this off with the good old past person, because that's my favorite thing to read, honestly. Past person. If you're not here inquiring about somebody from the past, this is not for you. Sit tight, I'll get to you in a second. Let's see what's happening in May between the Geminis and the person they dealt with in the past. Anything happening in May? Any action? Anything good? 8 of Wands. Hang on. Ooh, we got that karmic wheel in the reverse there. Devil card in the reverse. Okay, so there could be another person in the mix here. I can't technically call it a third party if you all aren't together, but I kind of feel like there is somebody else in the mix here. Kind of, sort of, somehow, some way. It's hard to say. With this Hangman and the Temperance, this is all about patiently waiting. Not a lot of movement. Not a lot of action. 7 of Pentacles. I don't know. It honestly kind of looks like I think this person knows what they want to say to you, but for some reason they're not coming forward and saying it. And it probably has to do with the fact that for whatever reason they just don't think you care. They don't think you care. I don't know why they think that. Maybe they're watching you and you appear to be happy. Maybe the third person is on your end. Maybe you're talking to someone else and they just think you've moved on. I don't know. There's some missing puzzle pieces in here. But yeah, honestly, with this energy here, that doesn't look like a lot of movement or action. Could be a Sagittarius for some of you. Also have Capricorn and Cancer. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right. Well, let me see how they feel about you at the deepest level. Do they miss you? Do they love you? Do they want to be with you? Or are they just ready to move on from this? Past person Gemini dealt with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Person Gemini dealt with in the past. Knight of Cups reversed. Whoa. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is kind of telling me that they don't want to come forward because there's either somebody involved or they suspect. Maybe they just think you're dealing with somebody else. I don't know. They're holding. Oh, they are holding a little bit of a grudge, though. They are holding on to a grudge, some bitterness, some animosity. It's weighing on them pretty heavily, too. They do want to talk to you. They're pondering whether or not it would be a good idea to talk to you. They're afraid you'll ignore them. But honestly, so the question is, like, if they want to talk to you, the question is why? That's the question. Why do they want to talk to you? Because I'm not really getting a lot of energy indicating that they want to be with you. Maybe they do, but it kind of feels to me like they're just curious about how you feel, you know? They're just curious. They just want to know if you've moved on. It's like that itch they can't scratch, if that makes sense. Maybe they're waiting on you to let your guard down. That's one of my least favorite cards to come out. Because it's like, how are they going to know when you've let your guard down, you know? It never makes sense to me when that comes out. Anyway, okay. So, there's definitely a karmic tie here. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, though, at the deepest level, they still got some kind of feelings for you. Or you wouldn't take up any space in their head at all, you know? Okay, well, let's grab the advice. What's the advice for this situation? Should you reach out? Should you get closure? Or should you just slam the door on this and just move on? What's the advice? Two more. Ooh, King of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Well, there's that karmic wheel again, too. So, be careful. If you're wanting communication anytime soon, it's probably going to have to be you that initiates it. But this is saying, don't let your guard down. Because with the Five of Pentacles, this person's probably going to try to throw a pity party, soften you up, guilt trip you, you know, mess with your emotions. And it will more than likely end up in a reconciliation attempt. It will. But with that King of Pentacles up there, it doesn't look like they have any plans of opening up and being vulnerable with you at all. So basically, if we come back together and they just bring the same energy back to the connection that was there the last time y'all were together, it'll loop around and manifest a repeat cycle. I know some of y'all get tired of hearing me say the same thing over and over and over again, but it's true. It's true. It's true. How many times have you attempted reconciliation with anybody from your past? Lover, friend, family? How many times have you watched someone attempt to reconcile with anyone in their past? How many times have you seen it work out successfully? It's very rare. Very rare. I'm not saying that it never happens, ever. But it's very rare. I've never seen it happen, personally. Of all the times I've attempted reconciliation, and of all the times I've witnessed someone attempt reconciliation, just my personal experience in my personal life, every time it always repeats the cycle. And it's because at least one person, it's usually both people, honestly. Honestly, it's usually both people, but somebody brings the same energy back to the connection that they brought the last time. And if you bring the same energy, the same outcome is going to manifest. That's not Rich Leah's opinion. That's an immutable universal law. So, don't let your guard down. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't extend or accept any love offers right straight off the bat either. Take a little time to observe the energy. Take a little bit of time. And when I say take some time, I'm not just talking about a couple of days. Take a month. Take a month observing this person's energy. And if they haven't made an energetic change, I'm telling you, it's just going to manifest the same outcome. Do it. Try it. Promise you. All right, time to shift gears now. Let's see what's happening with the person that you're interested in. Singles and your love interest. What's happening in May? What's happening in May between single Geminis and the person on their mind, person they're thinking about, person that be taking up all that space in your goddamn head? What's happening? Whoa, check it out, dude. Check it out, dude. A relationship might end up happening here. Cool, right on. Two more. But the King of Cups is reversed. Ooh, Lover's card, but then Five of Pentacles. What is this? All this back and forth energy. I'm thinking y'all are coming together. I do think so. I absolutely think so. But I'm seeing a lot of mixed signals. Mixed signals, or maybe mixed emotions, mixed energies. This person may be a little bit emotionally closed off. And you may get really, really, really nervous, really scared that they're going to abandon you. You might be afraid that they're just going to ghost you. I don't see that actually happening. Matter of fact, I think this is going to turn into one hell of a strong connection. But the stronger the connection gets, if both of you aren't communicating very well, and the connection is that intense with no communication, oh, that can make some tension build. The tension and the fear and the insecurities and the doubt. If there's not good communication, emotional communication, verbal communication, psychological communication, then tension can build really fast and things can erupt into an ugly mess really fast. Now, I'm not seeing that happening, at least not right now, not in this spread. I'm just telling you, because we got Lover's card, Ten of Cups, okay? There's no two cards in the tarot that's going to indicate a stronger connection than these two right here. But then when you got Five of Pentacles, King of Cups reversed, Ten of Swords, yeah, tension is building because I just don't think this person's a very good emotional communicator. Okay, well, let me look at their feelings, energies, and intentions. Let's see how they see you. How do they feel about you? All that good shit. What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? See, King of Cups in the upright. They got a lot of feelings for you. A whole lot. A whole lot. Five of Wands reversed. King of Swords reversed. And Empress. Okay, well, just intentions-wise, this person looks pretty solid as far as their intentions. However, I do think that there are some things that they are keeping to themselves, such as They're still having a difficult time transitioning on from their last relationship. There's still, yeah, see, there's still a lot of shit that they're holding on to from the past. And they're not really opening up and expressing the things that they're dealing with as far as that goes, you know? And I don't think they have bad intentions behind that, you know? Because I could see where one may think, you know, I don't want to talk to the person I just started dating about, I don't want to talk to them about my ex. You know, they don't want to hear that. That'll make them mad. That'll make them insecure, you know? So they bottle it up and push it down because they don't want to tell you about that. Well, I can understand the thought process behind that, but energetically speaking, that's not very smart. Not very smart. They should open up and express what's going on the inside. They should be communicating. You want to lay a solid foundation with somebody, we better be able to open up and talk to each other about any fucking thing. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. I think they mean well, though. They do mean well. They're not playing games. They're not hiding things from you to be malicious or to be sneaky, you know, or to be dishonest. I just think they don't feel comfortable opening up and explaining to you that their healing process that they've been doing because they don't want to offend you or they don't want to piss you off. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying, right? Could be a Taurus for some of you. Also have Pisces here. You know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how this plays out for the first 60 days. What's the outcome for the first 60 days? Outcome for the first 60 days. 3 of coins reversed. King of Wands. Not really seeing a whole lot of teamwork happening here. Not really seeing this person opening up too much. Page of Cups, though. So I do think you all are taking things to the next level, but this person isn't really opening up. Strength. King of Coins. King of Wands. Y'all are definitely taking things to the next level, but they're not really opening up. And what did I tell you? Tension is building. Because you don't know what in the hell's going on. All you know is that there's something off. That's all you know. You can feel it energetically. You just can't tell what it is. You know? And when we feel something intuitively, the first thing that happens is the ego immediately gets to work trying to solve the puzzle. You know? And the way the ego is programmed is it's programmed to keep you safe. That's what the ego does best, is keeps you safe. So it's going to default to the worst case scenario. Oh, they must just be manipulating me. They must be hiding something. They must be being sneaky. They must have somebody else on the side, you know? That's the way the ego works. It's not a bad thing. It keeps you safe. The ego collects experiences from the past and it figures out ways to try to protect you from those bad experiences happening again. That's the way it works. You know? But, so that's kind of what I'm seeing happening here. But now, at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, no matter what their intentions actually are, if you all don't start communicating, it still won't work. It still won't work. Hang on, before I finish talking, let me get the advice. I have a feeling that's probably what the advice is going to be anyways, but let me see. Yeah, see strength again. Told you. Told you. King of Cups reversed. Yep. See? Telling you. Told you. But here's the thing. I can't really give you advice on this person's communication skills. Not really. I can give you a little bit of advice. The only thing you can really do when a person isn't a very good communicator is, first of all, make sure you're a good communicator. Make sure you are communicating your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and energies to the best of your ability, so that what's going on inside of you is as unequivocally fluent as you can possibly make it. Okay, number one. Number two, do everything that you can to let this person know that they are safe to open up and be themselves. Make sure they know that they're safe. Now, you do all that. That's still no guarantee that they're going to open up. But at least it increases the chances. At least. So you all, with that 10 of Cups Lovers card, this could turn into something very successful. But communication has to improve. Has to improve. All right. Current long-term partner. Let's see what's happening with the Geminis who are currently in a long-term relationship. If you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. So let's see here. What's happening between Gemini and the current long-term partner? Ooh, Two of Swords reversed. So a final decision is being made. What is the final decision? Two of Cups. You're making a solid decision to stick with this and work through this. Yeah. Making a solid decision to stick with this and work through this. Hey, it's looking like you all are doing the damn thing, though, for real. It's looking like it. It's honestly, so far, right here, does look like May is the beginning of the two of you turning a new leaf and starting a new cycle into a more positive timeline. That's what it looks like here. Now, it's going to be a slow, gradual, transitionary process, but Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. It looks like y'all are doing the damn thing. It looks like it. Both of y'all making a final decision to work through this. And so far, at least here in the beginning, you're on the right track. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Oh, what's that all about? What's that all about? You still got one foot out the door, though? Still got one foot out the door. Just in case something was to go wrong. Okay. Well, that was kind of a monkey wrench thrown in the flow there, wasn't it? Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Aquarius. And that's it. Cancer. Could be anybody, y'all. Those are just energies. All right. Well, let's see how they feel about you and what their energies and intentions are. How's this person feel about Gemini, current long-term partner? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? King of Pentacles reversed again. That was in the last spread. Okay, Judgment reverse. Page of Wands reverse. King of Swords reverse. Karmic Wheel. Okay, they really want to work on this. They want this to flourish and thrive. I just don't really, I'm not 100% convinced that they know how. Kind of seems like this person's very kind of lost and, yeah, a little bit lost, scattered, unorganized. But they mean well. They do mean well. They don't want things to come to an end. Just a little bit lost, scattered, and unorganized. Still holding on to some bitterness and resentment from the past. So, looks like they mean well, though. And I think you all are turning a new leaf. Okay, that's good. That's positive. Let's get the advice. What's the best advice? What's the best advice? Death card. So allow for it to be a slow process. Allow that. Don't think y'all are just going to flip a switch and everything's going to go back to normal overnight. Okay? And just know that the way it works is I work on me, you work on you. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. And it's a slow process. So don't be surprised if it's happening slowly over 6 months, 8 months, a year. You got to be patient. Other than that, though, it looks like you all are doing what needs to be done. So I'm not gonna get in there and interject a bunch of other stuff. Y'all are doing it. You're doing the damn thing. Starting a whole new cycle. So, all right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is in the description, okay? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.